In the past, the Australian consumer has looked for three things in order to determine whether or not they should be confident about spending in the Australian environment. They looked at interest rates. Are interest rates at a level that is appealing for me to take a loan, to buy a house, to invest? The employment rate also. Do I have a job? Do the people I know have a job? And third one for me has been really around the value of my home. A really big investment for most Australian families, and if that value is at least holding or better still improving, then I feel good about it. So if there's good value in your home, reasonable interest rates and a good employment rate, then generally people have felt very confident about spending. Well, I look at Australia now and I see really those three things pretty much intact. But there's been a little reluctance of the consumer for the last 3 years, and I think that's where the international piece comes in. I think they've been looking at the US. I think they've been hearing about the slowdown in the Chinese market, and I think they've been hearing about the European markets as well. And I think they've taken a caution, which is why we've seen household savings go up. So the broader economy, the international economy particularly, has two real effects on our business. It certainly determines the wealth of the country and its capacity to grow, but it also determines the consumer confidence within our communities here, which determines the extent to which consumers will spend. We've got a number of ways that we grow our business. Traditional M&A is one of those, but also joint ventures or partnerships. So we've made in the last 3 years a couple of small, in the scale of things, acquisitions, but very important acquisitions for us moving forward. We bought a little business called Cellar Masters, which was a direct-to-consumer wine business, and we bought an apparel business, a digital apparel business called EasyBuy. Both of those were very important and strategic acquisitions where it delivered to us capability that would take us otherwise years to develop in our own right. What we do with those is we bring them in, quite small businesses, and then we apply the scale of the customer base of the Woolworths Group to them. So you don't have to go and buy a big business because you are a big business. The digital world allows you to buy capability and then apply scale, that is customer numbers, if you like, to those businesses. Joint ventures and partnerships are very important parts of our growth over the last few years, and I guess our two best examples there are our hotels business and our home improvement business. Two very new sectors for us and sectors that we didn't necessarily have capability in. And hotels, I guess, the most obvious. We went into hotels really through the peculiarities of the liquor licensing laws here in Australia. We wanted to retail liquor. The only way we could retail liquor in some areas of Australia were to own hotels. So we started to own hotels. But we weren't proficient or experienced in running hotels. So we found a partner who was. And we've got a very successful joint venture partner in our ALH business, who take care of running the hotels and allow us to do what we do best, which is running of the retail, but both parties benefit from each other's expertise. In respect to the home improvement business, brand new sector for us, great big sector of opportunity for us in Australia. And again, we looked at it, and whilst it's retail and quite familiar in a lot of the aspects of retail, whether that be supply chain and operations and the usual sort of standard parts of retail, it was still a different sector, home improvement. And so we felt much more confident in accessing and entering that market with someone who knew and had deep experience in that, which is why we went around the world to find a partner, and we found the Lowe's Group in the US. They've been a terrific partner and have brought a whole lot of expertise, capability and encouragement that we otherwise would not have been able to develop inside probably a decade off our own bat. So for us, it provides confidence to the team that we can actually enter and be successful in entering new markets and new segments. I think the first thing you need to do is you need to accept that the digital age is kind of going to be like the Industrial Revolution. It's going to be that big. If you think you're just going to deal with something here that's short term or only going to move the needle a small amount, then you're probably thinking the wrong way. We've thought about the scale that this change is going to be, and we've approached it that way. So it enables us to better cater for customers. It enables us to create huge efficiency in our business that we wouldn't otherwise be able to do, and it helps us direct our energy and our strategies in the right area. And if I start with that one first, it's been terrific for accessing and organising data. Data is the new eyes and ears of a retailer like us. Without it, we're blind. With it, we can be very focused and targeted in what we go after, both from a strategic sense, but also in what we offer you personally as a customer, or what we offer a store in a particular town, or a digital online offer that we establish. Technology is changing how we think about how we go to market. It's changing how we go to market in terms of our offers, and it's changing efficiency, particularly around things like automation, where we can take a warehouse that historically had 12,000 pick slots, and we can increase that using levels of automation and technology to double the number of pick slots that we can get out of a warehouse, for instance. So it's efficiency, it's visibility, and it's simply providing greater access to our customers. It's all three of those things. So we've got a really diverse group of businesses, and to some extent they require diverse cultures. But there is a rallying point in the middle, and that is the values that we attach. Diversity ensures or means that we have to have the ability to have little pockets of different sort of behaviours in our business. It isn't one size fits all, or one set of rules fits all. So ensuring diversity in our business is critical for a whole heap of reasons. For me, most importantly, it's ensuring you get access to the best talent available. For us, 54% of the workforce is made up of women, and for me to get access to the best pot of talent throughout the company, that should be represented in senior ranks. It's not yet represented in senior ranks. I think we've got a very good number of women in our leadership ranks, but we're not there yet. What we're doing to encourage that is ensuring that the right opportunities are provided, the right development programs are provided, the right flexibility programs are provided, and the right sort of parental leave environment where Woolies goes well over and above regulatory requirements or what other employers are doing, to ensure that we're providing an environment that makes it easy, whether it's no matter what stage of life you're at. The skills that I look for in the organisation, certainly from this point on, is someone who can manage change, because one of the things that we've got coming at us is not surprisingly a more constant rate of change than probably we've experienced in the past. And I guess everyone from every era says the same thing, but my sense is that the pace of change is quickening, and therefore your business needs to evolve at a faster rate. Therefore you need people that are both confident with that, and also can drive that.